Hari Om, Vijayadashmi, greetings to all of you. So, Vidyarambha Day, today is Vijayadashmi. Many ways in which we celebrate the Vijayadashmi. Today is the day where the 13th year of the Pandavas got over, and the weapons that they had tied on the Shami tree, they took out those weapons and they worshipped those weapons. So, army, soldiers, and many of us, we worship the weapons and whatever tools we use. So it may be vehicles, it may be computer, it may be phone, all the means we worship. And today the Vidyarambha ceremony also happens. It's a very beautiful concept we have to understand. Many of us know that the Vedic era was where there was passing the knowledge in the oral tradition. Books were not there. People used to listen and remember everything, and it was completely memorized. Generation after generation, it was passed on. And so, to study the Vedas, the samskara which was done earlier was Upanayana samskar, where before the Veda Arambha, Veda part is begun, the child is initiated into the Janev samskar, the Gayatri mantra. And the Gayatri mantra is that which makes the mind and intellect very sharp. Worshipping the Supreme Lord as Surya, one prays to the Lord to make the intellect of everybody sharp and subtle, so that we become ready to study the Veda. And the Vedic knowledge is subtle knowledge. What is the objective of that Vedic knowledge? Is to ultimately realize our oneness with the Supreme Lord and the universe. So Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, all three are essentially one. To realize that absolute truth is the purpose of the entire Vedic knowledge, is the purpose of, in fact, human birth itself. All of us seek that total happiness, permanent peace, absolute fulfillment, supreme love, but we are seeking it in the world outside, so we get very temporary things. We get temporary pleasure, we get little love, we get some momentary success, happiness, but it is our true self. When we turn within, we realize that our true nature is absolute happiness, supreme peace, unconditional love. The Vedic knowledge is to help us to turn within. Now, in the earlier times, the Upanayana Samskar was the Samskar to start the study of the Veda. Then, as we know, Vedavyasji compiled the Vedas in the written form. And so it is said that Vidyarambha as a Samskar was introduced much later. Upanayana Samskar was being practiced much before. So Vidyarambha as a Samskar was introduced so that we start learning the writing formally before the oral tradition of the Veda. Not that the script was not available. Script was there even before. But as a samskar, to initiate the child formally into the study, the Upanayana samskar was used first. Then came Vidyarambha. So on the Vijayadashmi day, the Vidyarambha ceremony is done. And what was done? In those earlier days, they used to have two different types. One would be those who are like the kings and those who are very rich or very prosperous. What they would do, that they would take a plate, a silver plate, and they would spread saffron. Saffron is that kesar. They would spread the saffron, and with a gold pen, gold stick, the teacher would make the child write Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. And remember, this is done in the 5th year. So 5th year, Vidyarambha would happen. This is according to Vishwamitra Rishi. The 5th year it is done. Now, Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, all the devatas, Om Devatabhyo Namaha, then Lakshmi Narayanaya Namaha, this and Om Siddhaya Namaha. So these 5 things they would write, and the teacher would then make the child repeat that also. Remember, the child doesn't know the script. It's the teacher who is holding the hand and making the child write. So this was one category. The other category is those who would do it in a very simple way on rice. The same things they would write on rice. Nowadays, many people just make the child write Om. Either way, it is fine. The idea is what? We invoke the grace of the Divine Lord, the Supreme Lord, that may our education begin with their grace, may our buddhi become sharp, and may we realize the purpose of education. What is the meaning of Vidya? Sa Vidya ya Vimuktaye. That is called Vidya, which liberates us, which helps us to come out of the shackles of our inhibitions, fears, anxieties, and ego is the biggest shackle. So the objective of education is to open up our personality. And that was the Samskar. Vidya Rambha is begun from that time. And such a nice occasion to start Vidyarambha, because today on Vijayadashmi day, Ravan is killed. Who is Ravan? The Dashamukha Ravan. One who has no control on the senses, who has lust, greed, passion, anger, arrogance, is Ravan. And Bhagwan Ram killed Ravan today. The objective of Vidyarambha culminates in this, that Ravan Mardana has to happen. Our ego must die. Before the ego dies, we have to open up. So many things we are limited by. We think I can't do this, I can't do that, this is not possible, that is not possible. We live in our inhibitions. Our Puja Gurudev, he used to say, open your eyes, break the shell, spread your wings and fly. So Vidya is to help us to open our eyes, meaning give us a higher vision. Break the shell of inhibitions. And spread the wings, unfold the whole personality. The mind and intellect can become balanced. Emotions and thoughts can become balanced. And we can fly and discover spiritual freedom and enlightenment. So that's the objective of Vidyarambha. And all education must begin with this beautiful samskar. See how nicely it is that before we get into school itself, there is a samskar where we are connected to the divine. So silver or akshata, they both represent the indestructible supreme truth. And that indestructible supreme truth is the basis of this whole universe. Words, alphabets, sounds, they are just a means to realize that infinite truth which is in our heart. From words to intuition is our journey. This truth is known only through intuitive understanding, because it's our true self. And that intuitive understanding arises only in a pure mind. And pure mind we can achieve when we surrender the ego. So when we worship the Divine Mother, when we worship the Supreme Lord, Sri Ram, or any of the manifestations of the divine, we surrender our ego. And that is the beginning of knowledge. In the Gita, Bhagavan starts with that. In the 13th chapter, the values, when he enlists, he starts with that, amanitvam, humility. Humility is the most important value if knowledge has to begin. So, after this samskar, after the teacher makes the student write, the student prostrates to the teacher, and it is said that The student worships the teacher because our bhav is Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. So that's why today you find many people would express their gratitude to their teacher in arts, dance, music, in any field it can be. So the child would present clothes, ornaments to the teacher, and also do 3 pradakshinas around the Supreme Lord. They would wave the lamps, and at the end the teacher is presented with a turban as a mark of respect. So this is a small samskar, but it marks the beginning of education, and this has an impact on the mind. Samskar literally means to refine the mind, and these samskaras, they help to refine the mind, culture the mind. Our Gurudev used to say, without culture man is a vulture. So we must refine ourselves, otherwise we live in animalistic tendencies. And that knowledge which helps me to break out of limitations is what we must acquire. You know, one student was asked by the father, one child was asked by the father, Beta, do you like to go to school? He said, yes daddy, I like to go to school and I like to come back also, but what happens in between I don't like. Because so much of information is stuffed inside, and today we live in an information age. At that fingertips we have information available. To get information we don't need to join a school. Education's purpose is not to fill our mind. You know, we are not like samosa, stuff it with aloo and mutter and all that. Our mind is very beautiful, very sensitive and very subtle instrument. So Vidyarambha is to initiate the student into the study that attain both the types of vidyas, Paravidya and Aparavidya, both. Aparavidya is all the sub-objective knowledge. In fact, if you see Mundakopanishad definition, every knowledge expressed through words is called Paravidya. Sorry, Aparavidya, meaning the lower knowledge. And what it says, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, 6 Upavedas, 6 Vedangas, 4 Upavedas, all this is Aparavidya because it is Shabdarashi, it is words. Using those words, when I purify my mind, I surrender and I meditate, that intuitive understanding that rises, that is called Paravidya. Yayatad Aksharam Adhigamyate. That Akshara Tattva I have to realize, which is imperishable, unborn, unchanging, imperishable. That truth is my true nature. That is what I have to realize. So that Akshara, if I have to realize, that is Paravidya. It begins with this Akshara Abhyas. So the journey begins with Akshara, culminates with realization of Akshara. And rice is also called Akshata. It is so beautiful. Akshata means indestructible. So Akshata and Akshara will lead us to that divine which is Akshara. So that is a sacred ceremony of the Vidyarambha. And if anybody is going through the Vidyarambha Samskar, that on all those small children, I invoke the grace of the Supreme Lord and the blessings of the Divine Mother Mahalakshmi, that by their grace, by the guidance and love of Puja Gurudev and the whole Guru Parampara, may the child and may all of us become successful in destroying our ego and realize that absolute Tattva, the Akshara Brahma.